to the south of County Road 43. This is Westover here. You've got Harpersville right here, and that's going to be crossing Highway 280 really in the vicinity of Westover. So again, we have a tornado warning here as we start a new day on Thursday, the 31st of March, with a tornado debris signature located in the southern part of the city of Chelsea. This moving towards the northeast. So a tornado warning in effect now for Shelby County, and this will be in effect until let's see, 12:30 for the next 25 minutes. So we now have a confirmed tornado based on radar. And again, this is Alabama Highway 25 right here. To get your bearing straight, that's US 280. Tornado debris signature right here, US 280, Alabama Highway 25, Vandiver and Sterrett. So that will be crossing Highway 280 near Westover, then coming out towards Sterrett. Calcis out here on Highway 25. That's the road that runs between Harpersville and Leeds. This is County Road 55 right here. This is County Road 43 right here. And again, Forest Lakes, the neighborhood sits right here off County Road 43. This is Donovan Valley Road. And again, Donovan Valley Road is not in the polygon. Mount Laurel, no. Shoal Creek, no. Not in this polygon. This is for areas to the south of there. So we now have a TDS, a tornado debris signature on radar, and that's going to be crossing Highway 280 very soon. And don't go look for this. Again, these tornadoes are totally wrapped in rain. And again, this will likely be crossing Highway 280. This is Shelby County Road 51 right here. That's 55 going back over towards Sterrett from Westover. And that's 55 going south below Westover. So just be aware that this most likely will be affecting areas just a little to the east of Chelsea, near the community of Westover. And again, that tornado is likely going to be crossing Highway 280 soon. So here's the deal in terms of travel. We don't want you driving on US 280 between, let's say, Donovan Valley Road, that's Shelby County 41, and Harpersville for about the next 15 minutes. So again, if you're listening to us with our radio partners, we do not want travel on US 280 between Donovan Valley Road and Harpersville until this thing crosses Highway 280. Soon we can give you an all clear. And we stress this is the only tornado warning in our end of the state. This is very isolated, but it's clearly there. And again, that TDS, the tornado, is about to cross Highway 280 right now, near the intersection of Shelby County Road 51, which is this road right here. This is Shelby County 55 at Westover. That's County Road 51 right here. This is old US Highway 280 right here. Now it's County Road 280, but that tornado is basically coming right up and going to cross 280. And that is a dangerous storm. So again, we now have a tornado warning for parts of Shelby County. This does not include any part of I-65 or US 31. This is far east of there. This is for basically Highway 280 and points north and east as debris is clearly being lofted from this tornado. And we hope that you have a weather radio and it alarmed you and you are awake and you're watching us. That's the way that it should work. That's the reason those things are worth their weight in gold. So again, TDS, Shelby County coming up on Highway 280. And again, I quite frankly, it looked like these storms were getting ready to go to bed for the night. But that's sometimes storms do not behave as you think that they will. Heard it years and years ago from the great Al Mohler, one of the great meteorologists in our time, who passed away tragically several years ago. He said, when it comes to thunderstorms, expect the unexpected. And this is certainly a case here tonight where this thing is ramped up very quickly. For the rest of North Alabama, things are quiet. But again, right now, this is a tornado warning in effect for central Shelby County for the possibility of a tornado. It's there. I say possibility. Debris is being lofted. It is a confirmed tornado, confirmed by radar. And as debris is being lofted, probably up to about 9,000 feet. And right now, that thing is right on top of 280. There's your TDS right on top of 280 at Westover. And again, this is Shelby County Road 51, Shelby County Road 55 right here. This is all just a little east of Chelsea, and that will continue moving pretty much down 55 down towards Sterrett down here. So if you are in, obviously, Westover, you should be sheltered, but the next concern will be Sterrett, which is over here on Alabama Highway 25, this place right here. Highway 25 runs from Vincent back up to Leeds, but again, you've got Sterrett here. This is Vandiver. Donovan is really not quite in the polygon here, but Vandiver, Sterrett, these communities are. And again, that TDS is moving up in this direction. So for those of you along highway, first of all, County Road 55, which is this road right here, that's a fairly highly trafficked road from Sterrett back down to Westover and Highway 280. If you're close to County Road 55 or along Alabama Highway 25, Sterrett back over to Vandiver, you need to be in a safe place. And again, this is Shelby County Road 43 right here. So again, we have a tornado warning in effect for the next 20 minutes as we have a confirmed tornado. This is confirmed with a tornado debris signature now that's sitting right on top of Highway 280 at Westover in Shelby County. Soon we'll be able to give an all clear for the 280 corridor, but not yet, as this potential tornado is crossing the highway now. It's pretty much on Old US 280 or County Road 280. And again, that'll be coming out here toward Alabama 25. Sterrett and Vandiver and Donovan, which is here. This is the mountain here, that spot right there. That's where a lot of folks get up there. The motorcycle guys love to get on that peak and look out over the valley up here. That's a very scenic drive, Alabama 25. It's mountainous. It's almost like driving in the Great Smokies or something. But we've got the lowered CC, the debris signature on radar coming up toward Highway 25. So again, give us about 2 minutes. We can clear US 280. The next concern is Alabama Highway 25. Again, especially the communities of Vandiver and Sterrett. And from there, if it holds together, the next county in line here, this is St. Clair County. Again, this is Wolf Creek right here. And again, ultimately it goes to Pell City. We'll just have to see how this whole thing plays out. If you're in St. Clair County, watch this. And we're watching it carefully as well. So that's a possible tornado that is now north of US Highway 280, east of Chelsea, near Westover, moving up here toward Highway 25, specifically Vandiver and Sterrett. If you're in any of these communities, you want to be in a safe place. Small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. If you can, wear a helmet. I know it's not fun to put a helmet on in a bathroom at 12:12 a.m. on a Thursday morning, but remember, you know, it's a life decision that you need to make. Some decisions are hard, some are easy. This one's not that hard. You've got a confirmed tornado on the way, so anybody with a Vandiver Sterrett mailing address, you need to be sheltered. Again, the debris signature is right here. It is now well to the north of Highway 280, so we can clear US Highway 280. For those that are needing to drive, we'll give you an all clear now. That stretch from County Road 41, Donovan Valley Road down to Harpersville, you're good to go on 280. Now we do not want anybody driving on Highway 25 from Vincent over to Donovan. If you can, just pull over and don't use that route. Probably not that many people at midnight drive Highway 25, but some might. So again, nobody should be on Alabama Highway 25 from Vincent all the way up to Donovan, and let's wait until this thing passes and let's see what it looks like. Let's check the velocity display if we can, Taylor, and see what that looks like. We've been watching the debris tracker, and the velocity, I think, is getting kind of noisy. I've noticed the lowering of the CC is not as intense as it was, and now we're starting to lose the classic signature here. We've still got the lowered CC, and again, sometimes when a tornado dissipates, the debris will stay aloft for a little while, even though the tornado is dissipated. So the best possible case is that the tornado is dissipating, the debris is still being lofted, and soon we'll lose the debris signature and everything goes away. That might be the case. We hope that's the case. But again, as long as the polygon is up, respect the polygon and stay in a safe place. And again, to get your bearings straight, Shelby County Road 43 is this one right here. It goes from Vandiver down to 280. Donovan Valley Road is this one here, and the polygon is just south of Donovan Valley Road. But the main concern, it's this Highway 25 stretch up and through here. So again, we've got a broad area of lowered correlation coefficient right now, but the velocity signature is looking awfully noisy. And so I think there perhaps is a decent chance that this is getting disorganized and hopefully the tornado is dissipating. We don't expect long track tornadoes with these, but we've had tornado damage tonight. It's been a rough day. Yesterday was a very rough day with gradient wind damage. We had wildfires. We've had tornadoes. But I know of no fatalities. That's the good news I can tell you. We've had some minor injuries. I've heard of no major injuries or life-threatening injuries. But again, we're still getting some of the reports in. And if we can take WEX 05 really quick, Dennis, I wanted to show Faunsdale. This is down in Marengo County. And did I do that, Dennis? Or maybe, there we go. Or maybe I did that. We'll try that again in just a minute. It's late. So again, we've got a thunderstorm segment that has shown evidence of producing a tornado. There was a very well-defined debris signature through southern Chelsea and Westover, and now we've kind of lost the tornado signature on radar. Let's look at the correlation coefficient product again. And again, it's this spot right in through here where we've got debris that is still being lofted. And we're close to the radar beam. We're getting a good low-level slice here, but it looks like it's beginning to fade. And hopefully on the next volume scan, it will go away. That would be the best possible scenario here. And again, watching some reports. I'm sorry, Taylor?
Looks like it just with this latest scan.
Oh, it came back up.
Yeah.
So again, it's hanging in there. And this is going to be crossing Highway 25 near Sterrett and moving up in the direction of St. Clair County. So the lowering has increased again, and it might be cycling, and it looks like it might be ramping up again. So this thing is pretty much along Alabama Highway 25 at this point, and will continue to move northeast. And this is part of a line of storms. And I'm watching other warnings. The other warnings are being issued down to the south, parts of Autauga, Elmore, Lowndes, Montgomery. And again, Montgomery will cover that. We're going to focus on this particular thunderstorm in northeastern Shelby County. But again, if you're in Chelsea, the danger's over. Westover, the danger's over. The part of Shelby County with the concern is this far, far northeastern tip of the county. And again, the TDS is about to cross Alabama Highway 25 between Calcis and Sterrett, and that's going to keep on moving up towards St. Clair County. And if that thing stays in place, the Weather Service will be posting a tornado warning for parts of St. Clair County. Again, we are watching reports. This has come over a pretty densely populated area. When we first saw the tornado debris signature, it was over parts of Chelsea. A lot of homes are in that area. And I have not seen any specific reports of damage at this point coming out of Shelby County. But again, it's very early, and often we don't get the reports until later because of the lack of good communication or the lack of cell service or something that happens here. So, but again, for the moment, I don't have any reports of damage coming in from Shelby County. And all the damage reports are coming in from other tornadoes from earlier last night. But our tornado debris signature is now moving a little north of Highway 25. It's kind of splitting the difference here between the town of Sterrett and the little community of Calcis, and that's going to be crossing over toward Wolf Creek here in St. Clair County. A lot of folks in Shelby County take Wolf Creek Road as a shortcut going over here to Pell City, coming out of Shelby County. I drive that road a lot. So again, if you're anywhere near Wolf Creek, just be aware that you might be under a tornado warning here soon, and think about what you will do if you go under a tornado warning. But let's look at the velocity again. I wanted to see what this thing looks like. And again, it's interesting. We're getting the lowered correlation coefficient, but the velocity looks like nothing's there. So again, on the velocity display, we wouldn't see anything. But again, you go to the dual polarization product, and we're seeing some evidence of still some debris in this particular updraft or tornado if it's still there. And that certainly looks like a tornado, even though it's fairly large. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with the Weather Service and see if they extend this up into St. Clair County. And, this might be more noise than it, again, you can see it flare here. Again, it flared real quick, so here it comes. And right there, it looked pretty good. And now it's gotten broad again as it comes over on the other side of Highway 25. So we're kind of losing the TDS one more time. And the Weather Service will make a decision here in a moment if they're going to issue a warning for parts of St. Clair County. Again, watching the reports coming in. There's so much damage across the state. And what's interesting, we have the three issues here. We have the tornadoes, we have the line of thunderstorms with damaging straight line winds, and then we have the gradient winds that blew all afternoon and evening ahead of this line of storms. And it can be hard sorting out what caused the damage. Was it a tornado? Was it the gradient winds? Was it straight line thunderstorm winds? But it certainly looks like we've had a lot across the state here. So this warning for Shelby County is about to end because the storm is about to move out of Shelby County into St. Clair. To get your bearings straight, this is Highway 231 right here. Wolf Creek Road runs right through here. Vanderbilt back over to Wolf Creek in Pell City. Interstate 20 is up here. This is old U.S. Highway 78 here. This is Logan Martin Lake. Cropwell is here. And this is Talladega County over here. And again, if you're in Pell City, we're watching this. We're all watching this together to watch for radar trends. And I wish I could show you live video of this, but even if we had a camera right in the middle of this thing looking at it, all you're going to see it's darkness and rain, which is the way it goes when you've got a tornado debris signature out here late at night. I'm getting a report, Taylor, that there's been some damage at Chelsea Farms with trees down, and there's no doubt this thing was down, and it came through a very densely populated residential part of Chelsea. And again, that's a public report. I've got a report, no visual damage in Chelsea Park, and the tornado likely passed a little east and south of Chelsea Park. So anyway, we're going to get more reports as the night goes on here, but I'm afraid there has been some damage to some of the neighborhoods in the southern and eastern part of Chelsea. But we're watching what could be some tornado debris that's about to cross over into St. Clair. But let's look at the velocity again. We're not getting any correlation here between that and this. There's just no signature at all of a tornado here. And I'm beginning to think that the lowered correlation coefficient, it's something else. It's not necessarily tornado debris. It might be a biological target, as birds or insects or something else. I don't know. But looking at this velocity, this is not indicative of any tornado activity here. So again, you know, that's not a tornado signature here. But again, still, if you're in Wolf Creek, Pell City, Cropwell, just kind of keep an eye on this thing, and we'll know in a matter of moments here if the Weather Service will be extending this. They are focused on a warning down to the south for parts of Autauga, Elmore, Montgomery counties. But again, for this one, they're watching as well. And we'll see that the better instability for tornadoes is down south. There's basically no unstable air here. And again, you can see the line of storms has now moved out of Shelby County. It's over here into St. Clair. It's about to start raining heavily in Pell City, down Highway 231. But again, looking at the velocity, there's just nothing there. So I think what we've been seeing for the last 10 minutes, it's not necessarily tornado debris, but something else where you got the lowered correlation coefficient here. And again, this is all noise right down in through here, as that is noise. But let's look at the big picture really quick. I want to look at the reflectivity and show you that the worst of the weather is now east of Birmingham. And we do note there's a flood advisory for parts of the Birmingham metro here. There's a tornado warning down to the south. This includes parts of Elmore County for a storm that's coming out of the Montgomery area. And again, the reason we are here, it's this little bitty small part of Shelby County where there was a tornado warning earlier. And again, there's pretty much no doubt that we've had some type of damage in some of the neighborhoods in Chelsea, the southern and far eastern part of Chelsea down toward Westover. With a tornado. There was a very good tornado debris signature, and the warning was popped about the time it happened. And now we're not getting any good evidence of a tornado here at all. We just got a lot of heavy rain falling with only 2 lightning strikes from near Attalla down to about Asheville, Pell City, Cropwell, down to Lake Mitchell, Clanton, and just west of Montgomery down toward Prattville. So we'll kind of keep an eye on this. And again, if you're in East Alabama, as always, watch. You've got a tornado watch. There's a tornado watch for the far eastern side of the state until 7 o'clock this morning. And there's still a low chance there could be a brief spin-up tornado like that as the storms move on to the east. So we'll keep watching these. But let's go back into this area here. The reason we're here, it's the Shelby County, the northeastern part of Shelby County. And really, those storms have exited the county. They are out of the county, now affecting Logan Martin Lake, Pell City, Highway 231, down toward the Logan Martin Dam. No lightning strikes at all here. And again, this warning should be going out in a moment since the storms are out of Shelby County. And it seems as though most of the damage reports I'm getting, it's from the Chelsea Farms neighborhood off County Road 69, Shelby County Road 69, where we've had some damage with this tornado. And again, we clearly had debris being lofted earlier when it was coming through that part of Chelsea. But I've heard of nothing beyond that, and we've heard of no specific damage up toward Highway 25 around Sterrett and Calcis and those kind of places. And again, you can see that that line segment that dropped that tornado near Chelsea, of course, Chelsea's back here, that debris signature was right in through here, south and east of Chelsea. That segment is in St. Clair County, again on top of Logan Martin Lake, about to move into Talladega County. And again, that warning will probably go out here in a matter of moments. We do have some flood advisories in effect for these storms, and they have canceled the warning for Shelby. So let's X that thing out. Thank you. So we now have no tornado warnings, no severe thunderstorm warnings for our end of the state at this point. So again, this is now off the board. But again,
if you have a severe thunderstorm warning for that part of Shelby, but that's exiting as well, so that should be canceled too.
Yeah, exit out. Well, it really, because again, the line is out of the county now. The line is over here into Talladega County. So the tornado warning is off the board. The severe thunderstorm warning is off the board. We've got these aerial flood advisories for the possibility of flooding with this heavy rain. But again, the storms are moving pretty quickly. That's the good news, and the storm should be out of the state by 3 a.m., at least our end of the state up and through here. Let's look at this Montgomery thing real quick, just as a curiosity factor. And again, obviously, the Montgomery television stations are covering this. We've got a tornado warning that includes the city of Montgomery, Prattville, Wetumpka. Let's go to MXX. Let's look at the velocity and see what they're looking at here. Not exactly a classic signature here. And again, they're hard. You know, all the time people talk about, boy, you did a great job April 27, 2011. You know, during those days, that's easy. A third grader could issue those warnings. With the radar signatures and what we could see that day, this is what's hard. This is the hard part of this business. These nighttime squall line tornadoes that get down for a couple of minutes and they're coming, they go. You know, by the time you get on TV and get the warning out, the damage is already done. The tornadoes are already back up, and they're very hard to deal with. And this is a classic example of that tonight. This is the hard part of meteorology. But again, we have a tornado warning in effect now for parts of Elmore, Autauga, Montgomery, and Lowndes counties, including the city of Montgomery, Prattville, Wetumpka, Eclectic. But again, they're dealing with this down in Montgomery on Montgomery television stations. So let's go back to the big view if we can. And again, I'm getting a lot of reports of, you know, we've clearly got some damage down in parts of the Chelsea area, especially the southern and eastern, some of the neighborhoods down there. And again, we'll get much more specific here as we go through the night, and we'll know much more, of course, at the first light of day. That's the one thing about it. When we have events like this, you really don't know until the next morning exactly what's happened till you get some daylight going on here. Dennis, let's try that Wexo 5 again. Let's see if I can work some magic on this thing here. That is the post office at Fawnsdale down in Marengo County. Just wanted to show you, this is what some parts of the state have been dealing with tonight. And they took a pretty good little hit. And why that's not playing, I don't know. But anyway, go back to the still. Downtown Fawnsdale took a really good hit from a tornado. The Fawnsdale Oyster Bar and Grill, you know, North Marengo County, that's along Highway 25 at US 80. And so many parts of the state have had very significant tornado damage tonight. So we'll go back to the radar. And we're going to watch the line of storms pushing into East Alabama. And again, this is off the board. The tornado warning is gone for Shelby County. The severe thunderstorm warning is gone. There are no active warnings for our end of the state. And we'll keep an eye on this rotation near Montgomery, and that'll be coming up toward Coosa and Tallapoosa, specifically Tallapoosa County. But it's just a lot of rain here. 5 lightning strikes here. And again, the severe weather threat is over west of Birmingham. You're good. And really, for Jefferson County, it's over. For most of Shelby County, it's over. You're done for the event. One and done. But east of this line, right here, there's still the chance of a brief spin-up tornado for the next few hours until it gets out of the state. Should be out of the state. Let's see, it's 12:30. I'd say it's clearly out of here by 3, probably by 2, or maybe 2:30 this morning. And then after that, we're done for a while. So we're going to go back to regular programming, and just be aware that if we have another warning, we'll come back. We're going to watch these storms very carefully. And again, our news department, they're collecting the damage reports from across the state, and we'll have all that on Good Morning Alabama. The morning program begins at 4:30 here. And again, we'll be watching the storms, and if we have any issues and if there are warnings issued, we'll be right back. But again, we stress, Anniston, Gadsden, there are no warnings. It's going to rain heavily. You'll have gusty winds, but there's no evidence of any severe weather and any of this stuff approaching from the west at this point. But we'll be watching, and we'll keep you advised. I'm James Spann with Taylor Serralo live in the ABC 3340 Weather Center.